line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, live here in Motorsport Hell RX. We are now set to go for the action at hand here in Germany, as the drivers are now set for the spot up and up for the action. We're about to come away. It's time for heat number 1 action right here on P3's TV. With your starting lineup now on display: Drenjen Wang, Francois Martel, Daniel R. Hall, Aiden Irvin, George Young, Steve Clegg, Matthew Johnson, George Young, McKenna Deanne have all made to the stage and made to the strikes. It's time to go racing here on Pizza Racing TV. And we are off and running as Joker's already being taken, and there's a full send-off into the turns. And yes, I know I'm a little late here, guys. I apologize in advance. Coming right up in here and looking to fight up onto the track. We're now set up as the guys continue to herb them up. Coming right off the edges into the turns right now. Drenjen Wang with the early advantage. Aiden Irvin coming in second, and Daniel R. Hall holding up into the third slot. Steve Clegg in 22 trying to keep his distance with Matthew Johnson in that 44. Francois Martel in the 12 right now, also right in the middle of it, as our drivers are bouncing and swaying around this track here. This is something you'll see a lot of throughout this race, throughout these kind of events here. This track is extremely bumpy, as much as it is extremely a bit of a handful to get used to. Getting a good jump out of the gate will definitely help out for the long haul. And Drenjen Wang now using all that speed and momentum he built off those starters. Already got a 3.5 second lead. Gained up on these boys and gained up to the tracks. Whoa! In trouble down there for Matthew Johnson, as he has a little bit of a problem down there in the 44. Couldn't quite get it clicked around there as much as he was hoping for. Really way he was looking to keep up with that pace, and lost all that time and patience there. Steve Clegg 5 spots up where he started at today in qualifying to now. Looking to try to keep speed high and the car under control. And you can just see, man, this again, how much of this track is just sending these guys for a bit of a ride. I got told earlier on, these guys said point blank, this track's like literally a bouncy castle. There's just nowhere to breathe, nowhere to hide from. You're all over the place there, and you're also trying to hang on, not get slammed in the middle of it. Johnson and Young taking for a bit of a wild little hit there. Unfortunately, both drivers losing out on plenty of time in opposition. 2 laps to go here, about a 5-second gain there left on this track. Daniel R. Hall in the 19 right now, trying to hold up in place, trying to keep up with the distance as the 259 of Aiden Irvin comes running right through and kind of running through the course. Back through, inside line, beautiful pass there by Irvin on around Clegg. Clegg not able to keep up ahead of the distance, up ahead of the travel, lost there. A lot of time spent just trying to hang on as we bring him back up through the sharp-ended turns here. Drenjen Wang has got a white flag high in the air in the big 00. And you can just see the power these Legend 34 dirt cars have under their stakes, under their belts. They can definitely wheel around the track as much as they can give it to it. But again, these starts are going to be very crucial and very much on the nose for anyone that wants to win these out. Like, still trying to get up there to Irvin right now, as Irvin is currently just holding back the speed, holding back position. But Clegg now right on the bumper and right back into the fight. One more chance here for both drivers here. Coming down though with checker flags high in the air, Dren Jin Wang, the big double O, will send it in the final set of corners and hold off Francois Martel in the 12 to victory here in heat number 1. Daniel R. Hall will come up into the 3rd slot. And it looks like Aiden Irvin will hold on there to the 4th and 5th with Clegg. 4 or 5 go there in that position. Caleb Forsythe in the 76 struggling a little bit through the corner here. Will hold on. McKenna Dean did not make it to the track, unfortunately. Having slight mechanical problems and mechanical failures, he will not be able to continue on with this race today. Miller highlight 48 of George Youngdale Bandy. He put up a great little showing there, put up a little bit of a ride to try to run it around the track to try to hang in there, but once again, Young finds himself in the worst possible ends. I'm telling you though, folks, eventually he's going to have to break free. He's going to have to break through somewhere in this racing series. Well, it looks like they will skip the last chance qualifier, so we'll go ahead and set up for our warm-up session. Dren Jin Wang will win this one out. Francois Martel getting 2nd. Daniel R. Hall goes 3rd. Aiden Irvin getting 4th, and Steve Clay getting 5th. Caleb Forsythe getting 6th, 7th to Matthew Johnson. George Young to 8th, and Kennedy Ann did not get out on the track. Minute and 30 seconds left on the clock here, folks. We'll go ahead and have a listen in with some of our drivers actually today as we now listen to that 44 of Matthew Johnson. Johnson getting a little bit wild out there, my friend. What the heck happened down on the track, sir?
Yeah, just a lot of chaos. It's a very bumpy surface, and trying to find the areas that have a grip and that don't upset the car too much.
I was gonna say, with this shorter wheelbase here, I mean, how much these bumps kind of literally take the wind out of those tires and the suspension.
Oh, and your hands as a driver, the force feedback coming through the wheel is pretty active around this track.
Certainly is indeed. All right, well, nevertheless, Johnson, really appreciate your time here, sir. Best of luck as we get you back out for this.
All right, thank you very much.
Matthew Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, the 44, taking this time to chat with us here. Caleb Forsythe now joins us as well in the 76. And Caleb, man, it got a bit wild there in the heat. How do you think it's going to fare coming out into the A main?
Zach said it's going to be terrible. This track's garbage. Hard to drive. There's so many bumps, but it's fun.
It's fun, it's crazy, and that's the whole point of a moonshiner, isn't it?
Absolutely. The steering wheel, your force feedback has to be pretty much all the way down, or you'll break your wrist.
Well, sounds about right. Well, nevertheless, still Forsythe, best of luck as we get you back into it.
Okay. Appreciate it, bud.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, Caleb Forsythe taking the time to chat with us here. Stephen Clegg now joins us on the call here. Clegg, I know wasn't quite where you had aimed up for there in the heat, but put up a great fight with Aiden Irvin. What do you do going into this final leg here?
I mean, that was fun racing with him. I mean, this track is so bumpy. It's just a matter of trying to avoid the bumps and the jumps here. So it's just hang in here and see what happens.
We'll have to see indeed. Well, nevertheless, as we get you onto the track, best of luck here in this final race.
All right, thank you.
Steve Clegg, ladies and gentlemen, 22, having a little chit-chat with the drivers before we get to the line. Here is your lineup. Dren Jin Wang starts him back up. Francois Martel will go in there as well. Daniel R. Hall, Aiden Irvin, and Steve Clegg, Caleb Forsythe, Matthew Johnson, George Young, all lined up in position as our green flags pop on out. We are under race ready. Entering into the first set turns. Oh, look here. 3 wide off of the first 2 turns, and we are jumping them into the corners. We're beating and banging a little bit. Aiden Irvin with the advantage. Johnson moving right into the 3rd slot, making a big comeback from behind. Dren Jin Wang sent back a little bit. As now Francois Martel in the 12 tries to hang in there. A little bit of a spin out though. Dren Jin Wang this time makes a mistake. And the double O losing a lot of time there. Literally just cost himself multiple laps and precious amount of momentum he needed to try to hang in with him. Now down on the edges here, right back into the playing field and back onto the track. Coming right on around the track, George Young here. More problems down there in the 48, trying to hold off Daniel R. Hall in the 19. Hall right now looking to get right through the Hall of Pain and the Hall of Dirt. This track is certainly Motorsport Hell. They weren't kidding when we said welcome to hell on the start of our tracks with the poster today. We weren't lying. This place is legit hell, as they call it. It is a bouncy castle, bounce house, roundabout track with some serious openings and a lot of tough angles to shoot from. And the drivers knew this going in. That's why they really try to get the suspension softened up as absolutely much as possible. But even with that, this track is still giving these guys a lot of work around, a lot of time to have to deal with. It is an absolutely chaotic little place, to say the least. With 10 laps to go still, it's anybody's race here as the field is trying to not get separated too far out and trying to hang in there. Remember also, a few of the jokers have been used up on some of these guys as Drin Wing swings right around George Young. As Drin has not used his joker, Johnson. Oh, hang on there, Young. Hold on, buddy. A little trouble down there for him as he slides it out in the corner. As I was saying, though, Johnson, Hall, and Forsythe have both used, all three have used their jokers up. So when you got guys like Drin Wang not using their jokers, you know he's going to be needing to really think about when is the right time to go in and use it. And this is what I wanted to show you with this onboard camera. This is literally what Forsythe was saying about that wrist, about that force feedback and not breaking your wrist. Look at how much suspension and travel is literally just taking these guys out of contortion, out of control. That's how wild it's getting and how tough it is starting to become here. Literally an absolute massacre and a mess to have to deal with, trying to hold on for the all you can get. Irvin right now moving up ahead though. Martel is right behind him, waiting for one of them to take their joker. But again, if Irvin takes the joker, then Martel will have to counteract and ensue on at least the next lap or really close to it. So if both drivers use them, well, then it's going to pretty much just kind of turn into the normal drag race here to the end. Who can outlast the other? It's an endurance marathon of racing. Johnson right now trying to keep up his speed, trying to hang in there as you see the onboard camera. And you can just see too, even our camera getting bounced and thrown around a lot there. That's how bouncy this place is. Drin Wang though, give the man credit where credit's due. What a comeback. And that big 00, he is firing on all cylinders, trying to keep up his speed, trying to keep up in the distance. Knows he's not quite out of this one yet if he can just hang on. But again, like guys like Daniel R. Hall have already made their move up in positions, moved their move to the tracks, and already gone through their joker laps. That doesn't help them out very much, and it definitely makes things a lot more difficult. Steve Clegg uses his joker earlier and now is pretty much in set pace. Oh, but making a huge bobble and a run for Hall to move up. And now even Wang now moving up into position, trying to go for it. We got a 3-car battle for third. Look at this. Hall on the right side. Left side is Mr. Clegg. Drin Wang, though, once again lost in the turn. Overshot his exit and overshot the area. Hall moving ahead. Hall gets back ahead of Clegg. Clegg was doing a great job putting it right to the 19, but did not have the speed to maintain momentum, maintain balance, and maintain grip. Riding around town, right onto the trackside here. There's no anybody's guess, anybody's plan here today. Drin trying to make a move off once again. He has already caught back up there to Clegg. You can just see the power and the speed he's containing on himself and this rest of this field. He will not give in. Neither is Martel to Irvin right now. 5 laps left to go. Irvin is giving it everything she's got to keep Martel behind him. Martel, though, is one of those drivers that will just put up speeds and put up a fight if he absolutely has to. And look at this now, Martel getting one step closer, up on the binders, up on the nose. Martel is right there with him. Irvin does not want to give it up that easily, that quickly here. Knows he could be losing out on some speed and some pacing here. 5 will now turn to 4 laps left. And has Irvin used up some of the tires, entering on those straights here comparatively to what maybe Martel was doing, that could be a factor as well. Could be a big determining sanctuary, a little bit of a spot on, if you will, that could be messing him up. Oh, that was a huge bobble there from Irvin. Got way too hard onto on the sausage strips there. The sausage curves, man, those are not friendly, as we've seen on Formula One and IndyCar, as well as on the IndyCar, as well as the NASCAR IndyCar race there. On the IndyCar Indianapolis Road Circuit is what I meant to say. And this is getting a bit wild. That's even more wild. Irvin opens the door. And the 12 now. Martel swings it right on the inside, taking full control. Martel has the lead, but will Irvin go to his joker? He's going to the... No, he will not go to the joker. He's going to go one-on-one with the Martel. Once again, these two drivers will not give an inch. There are 3 laps left to go. And Martel makes a bobble. To the inside goes Irvin. Can't get the run, though, off the exit. Oh my, what an impressive move up until he puts the bumper to him. Oh, the bumpers are being used, and good thing those grills are being safely guarded there. That thing took a hit, took a nudge off or two from that, I tell you. What a run there by Irvin and Martel, but again, they are not out of the woods yet. Still anybody's race, anybody's guess. Dringen weighing in 6th, trying to get back into the 5th slot as Johnson continues to pace his way around, holding him off down by then. Steve Clegg in the 22 has currently now moved into the 4th slot. Looking for some speed, looking for some endurance. We have got only 2 laps left. Irvin and Martel have not used the jokers, which means next lap they must use them. There is no... Well, actually, I take that back. They have used their jokers. I must have miscalculated there. They have used the joker up. So that means both guys are pretty much dead even with one another. They had to have used the joker when we were not paying attention to him a little bit, as the white flag now pops on out. 1 more to go for Francois. Getting one of the lone Canadians here, the lone driver from Canada that was able to make it to the track, take it home today. The Kennedy Ann suffering through a fit of injuries, unfortunately, and a broken car. Had not make the race, could not make the run, so he ended up having to bail out. And the rest of your field right now just kind of placing this one on the grid and on the books here. Gonna get some point stays, that's for certain, but will it be enough to be able to hold Tang and hold tough here for the long haul? That rest of the season will be figured out in due time, but off the final corners, entering into the final turn, Irvin looks for one more ride on Martel, doesn't get the pass. Francois Martel will take home this win and his first career victory in the Moonshiners Rallycross League. What a race. Oh, you can tell he is happy about this one. What a race win for him. Wow. Talk about putting the boots and the fight to everything he had in them. He gave it a show worthy of a race, and that, my friends, is some hard running to the end. Caleb Forsythe finishing his laps out. George Young just getting up whatever else he can here, and what a race end here for everybody, and what a move by this one to this. Looks like that pretty much will get them all situated out. We'll talk with the field here in a minute and see who is our top guys of the bunch. The top 3 will be joining me in a minute. But here's your finishers, I should say, as well for the Moonshiners Rallycross League. Francois Martel with a huge win. Gets the first one of his career and of the season. On PT Race TV with the number 12, the 259 of Aiden Irvin comes 2nd, 3rd, Daniel R. Hall. Steve Clay goes 4th, 5th to Matthew Johnson, rounding out the top 5 in this one. And what a race it was from start to finish. Crazy times all around, to say the least. And our 3rd place finisher joins us in now, race fans. He comes to us in the podium of 3rd. Daniel R. Hall comes away in that 19, taking it all away here for that showing here. And Daniel, I know this was a bit crazy there, man, but boy, you had to absolutely fight it out when it came to the last bit of it, didn't you?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I've never been on this track before, so this is the first experience on it, and it's definitely a handful.
Definitely a handful, a bit of a workaround or two, and a bit chaotic at times. And I know you were trying to really put the guns to it and really kind of hold everyone back, but I mean, for you and this crew, I mean, how big and important do you think this will be for the long haul of the season, you think?
It definitely keeps some of the good momentum I've had, and just just building on solid runs and keeping the car pointed in the right direction and leading to decent finishes. Even when I know I don't have the speed of some of these guys. Some of these guys are absolute aliens when it comes to this dirt road stuff. I don't do too much of it, and just trying to string together some solid finishes and do the best I can.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, at the end of the day, a solid finish will put you in this spot once again. And who do you want to thank you for all that?
Uh, just the guys putting this on, Steven and those guys, and this has been a really fun series just to kind of run around for a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, Daniel's come away third today. Anybody, we appreciate you coming on board as well, and we'll see you next time on out, my friend.
Yeah, thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 19, Daniel R. Hall coming away here, your third place finisher today. We're going to take a listen in now to the second place man himself. And by second place, I really don't think he could have been any closer to second, especially on that last corner. Ladies and gentlemen, Aiden Irvin coming away out of the bunch with a solid performance. Aiden, congratulations on that, but my word, were you absolutely holding on and hoping for this one?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can only really aim, within a 5 foot span down the track, so it's just hairy and you got to hold on to it the whole time. But it turned out to be really fun. Francois raced really clean, and I can't be too mad I lost, but I was so close.
I mean, it's anytime you're going to go down to anyone, might as well go down to a guy that has been known to put the boots and put the fight up on a lot of guys out here, and he is certainly one of them. But with you and your crew, I mean, this one obviously still got to be very satisfying knowing at least that the car has speed and it has some tempo. It just needs to dial in for that big win, doesn't it?
Yeah, I feel like I'm so close to a win in these races that just a little more seat time, just so I can be a little more consistent. I feel like I have some raw speed, but I can't really harness it every lap, so we'll get there.
For sure there. Well, everything must come in due time, and we will certainly see that here. But, Irvin, as we wait that win, you still are going to have a good podium today, so who do you want to thank for that?
I just want to thank my friend Tom, Tom Grady. He's recently made it into that top 24 for the iRacing Off-Road Truck Series, and he's way faster than me in most off-road stuff, but he helps me give pointers throughout the race and spots for me, so he's my eye in the sky. Appreciate it, man.
Eye in the sky, and definitely a good helping hand. But nevertheless, Aiden, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the second place finish, sir.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, Aiden Irvin coming away here as a second man, but the man who comes out on top, he is the one that survives Hell RX. It is Francois Martel. And Francois, literally, my friend, you had to hold on for everything, and then you had to find a way to pass. You get the pass, you get the opportunity, and my word, what a battle between you two there.
It was probably the most intense battle I had in iRacing, which is funny because the other might have been in CRX Rallycross, but today I've been against Luis Nunez and Josh Fox, and I haven't sweat like I sweat tonight battling in that little car.
I was about to say, you've taken on world champions, you've taken on world-class drivers, and, I guess this kind of just shows the virtual world sometimes can give you literally everything and anything you want to the end, but, I mean, still a good battle between you and Irvin, and I know you two were pretty much ready to lock and load everywhere you could go, but, I mean, at the end of the day, how much does this win mean for you and this crew?
For me, it means a lot because to drive this car, well, you do have to do one thing, which is stay calm. Both of us, we were pushing the car very hard and making mistakes, and then that's when I realized I had to stay calm. So it was a great practice for any car, really, just to be mindful, think about your racing notes, and not think too much about your adversary and keep your concentration.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Francois, you close out this day and night as into the night of Germany here in Motorsport Hell. I must ask you, sir, who do you want to thank for this one?
Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to JJ because he made my skin, which is awesome. And also, the skin is referencing a piece of software that he did. It's the co-driver's pad. It lets you be the co-driver in a sim rally game like WRC10. And for me, I'm gonna be a co-driver soon, so it's the perfect thing to practice. So co-driverspad.rf.jd, GD, sorry, if you want to try and be a co-driver.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, you heard it, folks. Might want to learn a few things to get better like him. Well, you can certainly learn from them. Francois, congratulations, sir, and what a performance again.
Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a performance by all in the Moonshiners Rallycross League, and it was short and sweet, but that's kind of how it is sometimes. So with that in mind, we'll send it off our way today. Thank you so much, everyone that tuned in. We love you guys. Thank you for all your time. We'll see you tomorrow night. More action to come as the racing continues on Pete Race TV. But for now, we say thank you, farewell, and have a good night.